I'm the MAW World Champion, and everyone should get used to it.
Mr. CJ Price, the world champion. I think with world championships, it should be like a roller coaster at the park. You have to be this high to take one. Regardless of anything, I'm still your number one contender, CJ.
It's funny. You get injured when you want to face me, you're just scared.
So you just make sure you're ready to give them hell when you come back at 100%.
I can't say I haven't had a good time the last couple weeks, but I was missing something. So I'll tell you this, you're never gonna get the jump on me again. Cause Dominate, we're back here. You don't have to be the guy when you're these guys!
Dominate! The only kind of guys you are gonna be are the non-MAW Tag Team Champions. Because you're not better than the best. You're not better than the rest. We are the Middle Section Express.
What is your take on some of the members of the roster overstepping authoritative power in order to get what they want?
Unfortunately, Scotty, you're not a wrestler. So people tend to look at you and tend to walk over you a little bit. Being a veteran of over 13 years, I can handle the guys in the back.
What you're claiming to be your strength in this, I see as your weakness. You're a stand-up guy, or at least you were. GC Knight can't be trusted.
I'm more important than this whole debate. CJ Price isn't on your radar? I should be on everyone's radar. I'm the MAW World Champion. I'm gonna be World Champion for a long, long time. And if you become Commissioner, you better stay retired, or I'm gonna kick your ass.
Here's the thing, CJ, that you don't understand. I can handle myself in this ring. And seeing as I'm not the commissioner yet, there's nothing stopping me from kicking your ass right now.
It's Showtime like HBO.
Welcome to the Showtime Tony Clash Show.
Make it snow. We cut the pie to a ratio. I trap my mind cause I don't break the code. The fast life so we don't take it slow. Something like Rob Gordon. The streets are racetrack, the cars flowing. For every hard morning, the egg whites I had the hard boiling. And now the cars foreign. It ain't hard scoring.
Yes, this is your boy Double J. Episode 70. And you see my phone here, and I've been following the debate. As you know, I formerly did an interview with Scotty Boxes. But before I get into that, let's go back to the beginning. GC Knight comes out at the MAW and formally announces his campaign out of nowhere. And then he does his campaign with Jason Chang, saying that he doesn't understand why Scotty Boxes got so defensive and he wants to do a clean campaign. Well, some weeks later, I did an interview with Scotty Boxes, and on that interview, he explained why he got so defensive. But instead of just telling you, let me show you. So, Mr. Boxes, I'm going to get to the first question. Of course. How do you feel about GC Knight coming back to the MAW to announce his candidacy?
GC Knight. It's no secret that I'm not happy about it because he comes back and announces that he's going to run for commissioner, which I did not realize was up for grabs. The board of directors never informed me that it was a once-a-year position because they didn't have anyone else running for the position. So I'm not happy about it. One of the things, if you don't mind, I'd like to point out is that when GC Knight did his interview with Jason Chain, kept pointing out how defensive I got, and he doesn't know why I got so defensive. Well, he also pointed out that his history with the company was right out there for display for anyone, and that's why I got defensive. His last show as commissioner, he ejected me from ringside because I didn't agree with him. How am I supposed to take that if now he's running for my job? He wonders why I'm defensive? He is why I'm defensive. It is GC Knight's nature to turn on people.
Wow. Now guys, that's just some of the interview. But you can go on YouTube and see the full interview that I did with Scotty Boxes. But for right now, let's show you those campaign videos.
Hi, I'm Scotty Boxes, the current Mass Anarchy Wrestling Commissioner, and I am here to make MAW great again. And as your commissioner, I promise to bring you even more talent, more exciting matches, and even new venues. But has GC Knight really changed? Or is he the same guy who cost wrestlers matches? And puts down the fans?
As I watched you loser fans cheer for him once again.
Well, I sure think he is. So look at Scotty Boxes and remember that it's important to think outside the box. Hi, I'm Scotty Boxes, the current Mass Anarchy Wrestling Commissioner, and I am here to make MAW great again. And since the board of directors is going to determine who the new commissioner is going to be, let's just remind everyone who it is that the fans really like.
So, what does this mean? We don't want you. We don't want you. We don't want you.
Need I say more? So look at Scotty Boxes and remember that it's important to think outside the box. Hi, I'm Scotty Boxes, the current Mass Anarchy Wrestling Commissioner, and I am here to make MAW great again. You want better matches? You want more exciting matches? You want new arenas? And in different cities? Then I advise you to vote Scotty Boxes. And remember, think outside the box.
Well, you saw Scotty Box's campaign videos. Well, GC Knight did a little bit of searching, and let's just say he fired back. Let's take a look at this.
Scotty Boxes. You know, I wanted to have the kind of campaign that instead of attacking you, I focused on the issues that were facing MAW. Now, in your interview with Double J, you say that you don't attack me, but I've seen your 3 promos where you clearly do. Now, I wanted to run a clean campaign, but it seems that you fired the first shot. But you will recall, in my interview with Jason Chain, I said that I would have my own ammunition to fire back with.
I'm not the type of guy who's going to go and interfere in a match just because I don't like one of the competitors.
So the commissioner that vowed never to interfere in a match, only hours after he was appointed commissioner, hands Dominic Delano the chair that was used to end my in-ring career. Interesting. And how can we forget Endgame? First of all, you appointed Dom Peretti as a ref, and he clearly was not impartial. Additionally, wasn't it you handing the kendo stick to Dr. Ozone so that the Fellowship can use against the Middlesex Express?
That's for you guys to have fun with.
As commissioner, you shouldn't be interfering in any matches whatsoever. And only 1 month into being MAW commissioner, you entered yourself in the Lethal Lottery Battle Royal. This is after you yourself said that you wouldn't interfere in a match.
You may have noticed I've got a bit of an issue with Showtime Tony Clash. No way am I going to interfere in his match, which is supposed to be down the middle.
One last addition to tonight's Battle Royals. Scotty Boxes. This has been cleared by the board of directors. Whoa, no! What are you doing?
But you entered yourself into that battle royal, and the first person you went after was Tony Clash. The last point that I want to make, Scotty, is that you say you're here to make MAW great again.
Hi, I'm Scotty Boxes, the current Mass Anarchy Wrestling Commissioner, and I am here to make MAW great again.
Well, you know what? You've been the commissioner for the last year. So if MAW isn't already great, that's on you. So you know what, Scotty? I agree with you. Let's think outside the box. That's why we should have GC Knight as MAW commissioner.
Wow, guys, some pretty intense stuff. GC Knight fired the last shot, but is it really the last shot? Even though GC Knight had some good points, he feels that Scotty Boxes comes on and talks a big game, says that he's best for the MAW, but GC Knight also brought up some good points. Scotty Boxes going back, he offered Dominic Delano a chair to take out his opponent, which was GC Knight. And then GC Knight goes on to say, well, you know, he says he's the best for the company as commissioner, but then not only he enters himself in a match, but it's a battle royal, which he claims that he's going to take on Tony Clash. So, I'm not saying anything about Scotty Boxes, just pointing out the facts. But, let's get to this video from the Board of Directors, MAW Directors, right now.
Some weeks ago, during MAW Triple Threat, an emergency meeting of the Board of Directors was convened. Mr. Scotty Boxes was immediately called to that meeting as the Board of Directors found sufficient concerns in the charges levied by Mr. G.C. Knight to warrant an investigation. Those concerns specifically surrounded Mr. Box's decision-making in connection to the appointment of Mr. Dom Peretti as a special referee. The evidence clearly showed that Mr. Peretti was not impartial as he officiated a tag team championship bout between the Middlesex Express and the Fellowship. No disciplinary action was handed out by Mr. Boxes towards Mr. Peretti. As a result of these actions, Mr. Boxes was warned and disciplined with an undisclosed fine. That matter was considered resolved and closed. Last week, Mr. G.C. Knight contacted the Board of Directors regarding a violation of the MAW bylaws. Mr. Knight filed a formal legal complaint. The Board of Directors convened another emergency meeting, this time meeting with Mr. Knight. The complaint was in regards to Article 6, Sections 2 and 3 of the bylaws. Article 6 covers office holders, Section 2 covers participation, and Section 3 covers competition. Section 2 of Article 6 reads, "Under no circumstances are MAW office holders allowed to participate in sanctioned bouts. Members of the Board of Directors and the Commissioner are barred from competition due to conflict of interest concerns and potential injury concerns that may affect the continuity of the executive branch of MAW. Neither the Board of Directors nor the Commissioner can waive this participation policy, even temporarily." Section 3 of Article 6 reads, "In order to participate in competitive bouts, office holders must resign their positions and join the active roster. As current employees, members of the Board of Directors and the Commissioner can immediately join the active roster without the need to sign a talent contract." Clearly, this bylaw was violated. The Board of Directors erred when we allowed Mr. Boxes to participate in the 2015 MAW Lethal Lottery. As a result, effective immediately, the Board of Directors have unanimously voted to remove Scotty Boxes from his position as MAW Commissioner. All the decisions Mr. Boxes made prior to this announcement will stand. Pending the results of the election at MAW Consequences, Mr. Boxes will retain his position as ring announcer.
So guys, you heard it from the Board of Directors. Yes, formally, this past week, GC Knight filed a complaint against Scotty Boxes. Formally claiming that Scotty Boxes came in with the bylaws of MAW, which means that he had to step down. Now, if you go on the MAW webpage, those bylaws are circled in red, which update office holders, roster things. But however you want to think, or whatever your opinion is on Scotty Boxes or GC Knight, you'll have a chance to vote at the campaign June 26th at Consequences, where not only they'll be there, but my boy Tony Clash will be there. Of course, I will be there. And not only he'll be there, but he'll be hosting the show live. Wait a second. I didn't say that. You didn't hear me correctly. I said live. Yes, my boy Tony Clash will be there. Now you have to understand, just like you, I haven't seen him in a few months. So this is going to be just as exciting for me as it is for you. He'll be there hosting the show live. Now get this, your boy Double J is also going to make sure when it's live, it ends up on YouTube that same night. Yes. So you'll be able to watch everything like it happens. And fans, your boy Double J wants you to take the opportunity, since it's going to be live, if you want to say something or you want to get involved, now is your chance. So, with no more said, let's run to that campaign. Scotty Boxes and GC Knight. MAW. Let's get to that right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the first ever MAW Commissioner Debate. Now, the way this is going to work, I'm going to ask a series of questions. Some of them were by the board of directors. So, Mr. Knight, I'd like to start off with you. Issue number 1. With the new talent acquisition starting on your watch, Mr. Boxes has taken it to new levels during his time as commissioner. If elected, how will you continue the current track the program is in?
Again, as you stated, I did start the new Talent Acquisition Act, and we've seen the kind of talent that it has brought to MAW. People like Lightspeed Joy Warner, who was victorious tonight. Aaron Douglas, Dion Douglas, who is debuting under your watch. Jimmy Tucker is another example of the kind of talent that the new Talent Acquisition Act has bought. So if elected as commissioner, I will continue scouting the New England area and beyond for talent because MAW deserves only the best talent that we can bring them.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. Mr. Boxes, how can you follow up with that?
Well, GC really said it very well. Need to continue to get the absolute best talent possible. You guys entertained by that last match? Yeah? Middlesex Express, you may hate them, but they put up a fight. My watch. The Fellowship, which you guys were getting on your feet for during that match. My watch. Now, absolutely, GC, you did bring in some of the greats. But that doesn't mean you're the only one who can, as we've just proven.
Just to follow up on that, I just want everybody to remember that one of the people that I brought in was former MAW World Champion, Showtime Tony Clash. My watch!
Issue number 2. What is your take on some of the members of the roster overstepping authoritative power, including Mr. Boxes and the board of directors, in order to get what they want? Additionally, how will you handle it going forward?
One of the things that I brought up in one of my past promos, unfortunately, Scotty, you're not a wrestler. So people tend to look at you and tend to walk over you a little bit. Being a veteran of over 13 years in the wrestling business, physically, I can handle the guys in the back. So already, just by knowing that I can handle myself in this ring, there's going to be less of an attitude because they know I can handle myself. So I believe that they will tend not to try and walk over me.
What you're claiming to be your strength in this, I see as your weakness. You used to be a wrestler. You yourself admitted that you've got this desire to be part of MAW again. And you have shown that that desire can be just a bit too strong. And you might want to just get in the ring again, completely foregoing your responsibility as commissioner. It's happened. You're a stand-up guy, or at least you were. But you get to a point where you see red, GC. We don't know that's not going to happen again.
Actually, Scotty, we do know that that's not going to happen again because at the times where you weren't here, who did you leave in charge and who was able to do a good job in the interim?
I'll admit, yeah, I gave you some leeway. I let you host the show. But you had no power because you could be trusted with none of it. You claim you've changed. I don't want to risk it. I don't think these people want to risk it. Because simply put, you had what it takes to be a great commissioner. You had your shot. And you blew it because you wanted to physically attack someone. I once trusted you. I once counted you as friend, which is why you gave me the position of ring announcer.
I gave you. I brought you.
Yes, you did. Smartest move you ever made. But there's no way that I think that you're the right person to run this company anymore.
Okay. I'd like to, Mr. Boxes, I'd like for you to take your closing statement.
This decision is to be made by the board of directors, but it affects everyone. It affects me, one way or the other. It affects GC Knight, one way or the other. It affects the guys in the back, and it affects every person here at ringside. While they don't have a vote, they should be the biggest influence. They are the reason we can keep doing shows because they keep showing up. And I've asked around. They want Scotty Boxes to stay as MAW commissioner because GC Knight can't be trusted.
Mr. Knight, per direction of the board of directors, they'd actually like, in your closing statement, to explain if you have an issue with CJ Price, the current MAW champion, as of right now.
I have no issue with CJ Price, despite what happened at one of the last shows. And the reason I don't have an issue with CJ Price is because I agree with him. No, seriously. The man is the world champion. He's the face of this company. If I were in his position, I'd want the show to be directed towards me as well. So I have no issues with CJ Price because I agree with him. He's not even on my radar. My focus is becoming MAW commissioner. And
I'm more important than this whole debate. CJ Price isn't on your radar? I should be on everyone's radar. I'm the MAW World Champion, and everyone should get used to it. I'm gonna be World Champion for a long, long time. And if you become commissioner, if you become commissioner, you better stay retired. You better stay retired. Or I'm gonna kick your ass.
Or I would become commissioner
you know what, CJ? You're right. You are the world champion.
Damn skippy.
You're also right that I am retired. And here's the thing, CJ, that you don't understand, and I've told you before, I'm not just a ring announcer. I can handle myself in this ring. And seeing as I'm not the commissioner yet, there's nothing stopping me from kicking your ass right now.
Love to see you kick the crap out of him. I really would. But he's got a match tonight. He's got a match. Go get ready for your match. Come on, I don't have time for this. Not you two. Not you two. Not you two. What? What? I have to immediately report to a board of directors meeting in the middle of a show? I'm not happy about this. Will you host the rest of Triple Threat in my absence?
Wow, that debate was pretty intense. GC Knight, Scotty Boxes. Now, we can argue that they're bad in certain ways or that they're good in certain ways. But just to put it out there, these are the two guys that is running again, or I shouldn't say again, actually, GC Knight is running again for his job to take out Scotty Boxes. And they both have very good ideas about how to run the MAW. One might be more extravagant than the other. Let me point out. GC Knight is more like a Donald Trump of his kind. He's more aggressive, kind of says it the way it is. Point given. When he didn't agree with Scotty Boxes at ringside, he ejected him. He's just very, just gives it like it is. Now, switching to Scotty Boxes, he's more, I'm gonna say Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton. He can be soft at times, but if you get him to that point, he'll also fire back at you too. Now, who's to say who would make better commissioner? It's up to how they want to put it to the board of directors because, like they said, the fans don't have a vote. It's the board of directors. Now, the wrestlers only get a vote if the board of directors tie, which, like Scotty Boxes said in an interview, he doesn't see that happening. Honestly, I don't see that happening either. Now, if you're going to ask your boy Double J who I would vote for, I don't know, that's hard. It's a double standard only because I like both guys. And both guys have good qualities. But I will leave it to the board of directors.
Hi, Double J.
Whoa. I didn't think you guys were gonna. I didn't think you were gonna be here.
Where else would I be?
Well, usually you're doing your own stuff and I'm here.
Right, but you do realize we are co-hosts.
Right.
And we've never really co-hosted.
True. Guys, this is my co-host, Tasha Lynn.
Hi, everybody. It's me again, Tasha Lynn, co-hosting today with Double J, as we're supposed to be doing. Right, Double J?
Right.
Are you excited?
I am. I'm very excited that you're here.
I'm also excited because I wanted to let everybody know that I will also be at Consequences. Are you even more excited?
That's something new. That's something I didn't know about.
Yeah, so I will be there. Not only will I be there, but I will be hosting my own little setup with interviews with a lot of the fans, and also with Mr. Tony Clash. Isn't that awesome?
Interview with Tony Clash. Get that.
Yeah, so
Very nice.
I wanted to come up here and let you know, as well as all the fans, since we do and we should be co-hosting, and I figured I'd interrupt you while you were doing your thing and let everybody know.
Right, and like I said to the fans, fans, this is your time to get on camera. Take advantage of this. Not only are you going to have Tasha Lynn there, you're going to have my boy Tony Clash there. Take advantage of this time.
Yeah, so that's all that I really came up here to do. Just giving you the heads up and letting all the fans know that I will be there. So
thank you, Tasha
see you
Lynn.
next Sunday.
Nice to see you.
Bye.
Well,
bye, fans.
Like Tasha Lynn has said, not only she'll be at Consequences June 26th, she'll be there to get an interview, but wrapping this all up really quickly. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. Like I said, it will be up to the board of directors who they vote for. I am your boy, I'm your boy Double J. Peace.
MAW presents Consequences, live Sunday, June 26th from the RWA Chop Shop in Providence. Consequences. Webster's dictionary defines it as a direct result of one or a series of actions. What will be the consequences of the wars that will continue through the MAW? Who will come out on top? What champions will survive? And who will hold ultimate power? That is what awaits on June 26th for many in the MAW. First, it's been more than personal for two tag teams. It's a grudge match, and it could get ugly as the team of Under the Influence will look to lock up with the new team, the Curators. Gold is the desire for another pair of tag teams willing to destroy all those who stand in their way to attain it. A #1 contenders match for the MAW Tag Team Championships between two of the strongest teams in the MAW. The War Court battles the Fellowship. For months, Scotty Boxes and GC Knight have been on a quest to attain ultimate power in the MAW. Now, on a live edition of the Showtime Tony Clash Show, Showtime Tony Clash and the MAW will see the election of a new MAW commissioner. 3 title matches at Consequence. First, the MAW Tag Team Championships on the line as new team Dominate look to unseat the Sly Middlesex Express. The U.S. Championship is on the line, and Xander Stone looks to rescue the gold from the grasp of the insane Dick Lane. And in the night's main event, badass Brian Albertson looks to climb to the top of the mountain once again in the MAW. But waiting at the summit is the current World Heavyweight Champion, CJ Price. Consequences will also feature El Predator, Maniac Mike, Delilah Hayden, Johnny Mana, Little Daddy Bravo, and more. MAW presents Consequences, live Sunday, June 26th from the RWA Chop Shop, 681 Broadway, Providence. The opening bell is at 4 o'clock and admission is free for all. What consequences will this early summertime clash bring? Who will walk away with gold and who will be lucky to just walk away? The MAW, you don't want to miss it.
Just after dawn, wife asks me to go mow the lawn. Honey dear, you're the gal that I wed, but one more word and you're dead. I'll pile drive you right through the bed, 'cause wrestlers just want to bust heads. Father calls, says what's become of his son? A professional wrestler, just a no-good bum. I said, dear Dad, take back what you said, or I'll take you round to the shed and beat you till you're blood.